let's talk about society for a minute and expectations. So, what I mean is, maybe you want to do your own thing, but nobody else you know is doing it. And so they're all kind of like, why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. Like, it's not stable. You don't have health insurance, or you don't have a set income because, or like a paycheck every 2 weeks because you're paying yourself. And it just isn't right. Like, it's not what everybody's doing. Why would you do that? Why would you want to work for yourself? These are all the questions I had um, when I was working as an engineer and wanted, it was not a right fit, but I always had all these thoughts of like, well, I can't do that. I don't want to work for myself. It doesn't make sense because why would I do that work when I can have a business, a place of employment, do all that stuff for me? Like, give me a regular paycheck every 2 weeks, or I don't know. I don't want to have to manage other people, but then I manage other people and I actually like it. But that's besides the point. The point is, society has these expectations of what we need to do with life, and it's you need to get a career, you need to wear that white collar, you need to climb the corporate ladder and do all these things. And when you try to step outside of it, it's this huge pressure to come back in, like huge, because people just look at you when you say, like I had a recent experience, literally really recent, where I was talking with somebody and they were like, well, what are you doing now? And I'm like, oh, I'm working online, I'm doing digital marketing, like social media stuff. And they're like, oh, that's it? And I was like, yes, that's it, because that's what I want to do and that's providing me a full-time income. And like, why are you looking down on me for making an income other than in corporate? It was like a very harsh, rude awakening that then I had to like go through all these thoughts and feelings of like, oh, I felt less worthy because I was not in corporate because of that conversation, which is a bunch of bullshit because I've just found a way to live my life with more time. So I had to like take a step back and do all my mental work and basically be like, oh no, that person's just projecting on me. They're actually really upset that they don't have the time I have. Like, they can't comprehend how I could have time and still make an income and still make a full-time living while not working in corporate. So, society, it's like ingrained so much in us. So when you start to feel like um, pushback, if you're already an entrepreneur and you're like, I want to go out and start working, and you're just feeling this like pressure, and you're in the space and you're like, maybe I need to go back to corporate, maybe I just need to do this part-time, is that really your thought, or is that just society projecting onto you? Or if you're interested in starting new and you haven't started yet because you had all those questions that I went through earlier, like, why would I do this? I can't do this. I need my job so I can have a steady income and I can have paid time off only 2 weeks a year. And I like, why would I work for myself? Because I can have unlimited time off for myself. I can work from wherever. I have the freedom and flexibility to do that, and I can make it work. Like, I worked from my couch this morning because it was raining and gross and I didn't want to go anywhere else. And then I did stuff on my Airbnb, and then I went to the grocery, and I did this all in the middle of the day on a weekday. So I'm just saying, like, is it really you, or is it society that's holding you back? And think about it, because society is something that's been ingrained in our lives for so long and so much of our lives that, like, is it really you, or is that society telling you? And do you want to keep living the life society has told you to live?